Welcome back to another wonderful edition of Bats Cafe Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Maddie Campanella, here with the tennis coach, Coach Dahm. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So wonderful to have you.
Thanks.
So on Thursday, your men's tennis team played at North Georgia. What are your thoughts on that huge conference match?
Well, it's going to decide a lot of things. I've been making spreadsheets in my office on Excel trying to figure out all the ramifications. There's a lot of teams knotted up right now.
Yeah.
Not just us, but Augusta and Francis Marion and
Right.
Flagler. It's going to decide a lot. It can definitely clinch us into postseason.
Yeah.
So that's what happens if we win.
So have you gone through and plotted out different scenarios for the PBC championship? Yeah. How's that looking? Can you take us through
it looks
some different
good.
things? That
The best thing we can do, obviously, is to win this match,
Right.
and then we're in.
Yes.
If we lose, we're not totally out,
Okay.
but it just depends on so many other things, and there's so many different permutations of what can happen.
Right. So does it go off of games one after that?
Well,
or
you're first ranked by how many wins you have in the conference.
okay, yeah.
And then if you're tied with other teams, it goes head to head with those teams you're tied with.
Right.
If that doesn't break the tie, you start at the top team. Did anyone beat the top team? Did anyone beat the next highest team? And
Okay.
work your way down. If that doesn't break the tie, it goes to total matches won in the conference.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That is so much to
And we're playing
kind of go through and think about.
Thursday, and some of the teams in this knot are playing Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So trying to, look at what's going to happen, you start to get a headache.
Yeah. Well, good luck
Yeah.
on your spreadsheet and figuring
Yeah.
all of that out.
We should be practicing instead of trying to figure out the spreadsheets. But
Yeah. This rain.
It's hard not to look at it.
Right, yeah. So Ettore Damiani is in second place on the career wins list in school history with 52 wins. Did you ever think he'd be a player that could be as good as he's
Yeah,
gotten?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gotten better every year,
Yeah.
which is what you want. And moving
Of
up in the
course.
lineup, and he's hard to beat. And he loves to compete.
Yes, he does.
He always looks very happy on the court battling, and I think that helps.
Definitely. Although your men's tennis match against Newberry was canceled, do you think Ettore can possibly find 4 more singles wins in school history to tie the mark?
Well, the team's going to have to back him up.
Yeah,
Because if
definitely.
the team doesn't get us into the postseason, he can't do it.
He can't.
And we also, once you reach the conference tournament, which is only 1 match away, we stop at 5.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Wow.
even if he's winning, he's got to win quick, which isn't his forte.
Yeah.
He plays a baseline game,
Yes.
kind of a grinding kind of game. He's gotten more aggressive over the years, but he's usually not the first guy off the court.
Yeah. Have you been working with him on anything specific to help him get in there and be more aggressive on the court?
All we do, and whether it's me or the assistant coaches or the other guys on the team, we just tell him to get closer to the baseline.
Yeah.
He has a tendency to drift backwards,
Right.
further and further
Okay.
back, and play that clay court game. And when he's at his best, he's taking it earlier and earlier. He's returning serve now in the middle of the court. I mean, it's great
That is
where
awesome.
he's gone to on that.
So the other senior on the team is Alejandro Andino. Excuse me. He's got the school record for most career wins at the number 6 singles slot. How impressive is that to have 2 of your players rewriting the school record books?
That's great. I didn't know that last one. It's great to be able to have a senior with that much experience.
Yeah.
At number 6.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause that's a tough role to play, really.
So is that usually a definite win for you guys? That spot with him being there?
Yeah, it's not that it's a definite win. It's when you're playing 6 and you're at a small facility like ours.
Right.
Your match either means nothing, or it means
Okay.
everything.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
That could be a determining factor.
Yeah, you walk out on the court, your team's already won, no one cares, or you walk on the court and it all comes down to you. And it's
Right.
not that he's a sure thing there. He's strong in position, but he's got 4 years of college tennis to deal with that.
Right,
Either
yeah.
way, he's not upset no one's watching him. He's not upset if everyone's watching him. He's solid.
Well, that's good. That's great. The women's team has 3 more regular season matches, which are all taking place over these next few days, right? Yeah. What are your expectations on each opponent that you're going to be up against?
Well, first is North Georgia.
Yeah.
I think they're putting up very similar results as we are.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we're battling for the 6th spot in the
Okay.
conference. The winner of that match will probably finish 6th.
Okay.
So it's going to be tough, very competitive. We got off to a great start when we went up to North Georgia a week or two ago. We were winning all 3 of the doubles and just playing great. And then the rains came. The rules are we start over.
Okay.
So if we can hopefully just pick up where we left off.
Yes.
We're not allowed to do it with the score, but...
Right. So how many teams actually go to the PBC?
8.
8.
8 out of, I guess it's 13.
Okay. All right. So one more win will tie your mark for wins from 2012 and 2014. Where does this team that you are currently with stand in comparison to teams you've had in recent history?
Well...
What sets them apart?
Better than most. Last year, we got into all kinds of injury trouble. It was almost,
goodness.
I hate to say, it was almost a throwaway year. We had a couple people get hurt, and we were just battling to stay respectable.
Right.
No, but this team's been great. The difference is when you play a team that's you kind of see is exactly your level,
right?
Or someone just a hint better than you, maybe, and you're still getting those wins. Yeah. I think this is a team where people are content to stay on the court and work the point longer. I think in the past I've had teams who will check out of points a little bit or check out of matches if they get down, but
a little too soon.
I'm pretty sure, and I haven't done the stats on this, but I've never had a team where we've lost more first sets and won matches. Like we're doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And in the past, the first set was like half the nails in the coffin.
Right.
So they're fighters. They fight hard, and they seem to like each other, which goes a long way.
That definitely does go a long way.
Yeah.
Nadine Tusiyama holds the school record for wins at number 1 singles with 24. What is her potential considering she has the rest of the season in all of her senior campaign?
Yeah, to win many more, and that's with half the season injured last year.
Oh, wow. That's great.
She's just working a little bit, like I said about Ettore, to try to be more aggressive. She's such a good counterpuncher. Yeah. She's so fast. She's very intense. She makes every ball.
That helps getting to everything.
She gets to everything, and that's great. But what she wants to be able to do is to get a mid-court ball and be able to step in and crack a winner.
Right.
And, she can do it in practice, but I think...
Match play is a little bit different.
she loves to be attacked. She wants to play a big hitter that attacks her so she can hit passing shots and use the power coming in.
That's great.
So, if she does things like that, she'll set records that won't be beaten for a long time.
That's great. This weekend, what one player could make a big impact on your match and why?
On the women's side?
Women's.
Okay. Yes. Who can make a big impact and why?
Or which court do you think you're going to be looking at to definitely bring in that win for you guys?
Well, I'm going to go to the 5 spot. Maria May she started the season unbeaten in about 10 matches in a row.
Wow,
and,
that's great.
Somewhere along the way, I don't know, I think maybe she lost a little confidence or something. She's been talking to me about practice, about not feeling the ball totally great again. And, when she's hitting the ball clean and feeling good, 5 is a win.
Definitely.
It's just a guaranteed win.
Yeah.
When she's unsure of herself, it's a battle. And, if she's feeling good, then, I know Nadine's strong in position. I'd like to feel like we have Maria May, so I'll make her my one to watch.
On the men's side, who do you think is going to be have the biggest impact on those matches?
Well, there's only one on the men's side, which is North Georgia.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a matchup of the two, probably the 2 best number 3 players. Matthias Desjardins this year only has, I think, maybe 2 losses on the whole year.
Yeah, he's doing great.
He's doing great. And North Georgia has a very similar guy at that spot.
Okay.
And that'll be a war. That's going to be one of the highest, third matches probably, of the season. So that's going to be a huge one.
Yeah.
And then, I just got to turn to my guys down the road, the 4, 5, and 6. The 1, 2, and 3 have been carrying the weight a lot with our wins.
All right, yeah.
And, we need those guys to step up and get us some wins.
Yep, you got to take it there. So you plotted out different scenarios on the women's side as well in terms of the PBC championship. Can you take us through those different scenarios and what you've kind of thought up about those matches that are coming up?
Yeah, more or less. With our remaining 3 matches, we need 1 win in Marin.
And 1 win in Marin.
It could be any of those teams in Marin. If we beat North Georgia, we go in at 6.
Go in at 6.
If
we fall to North Georgia, where's that going to put us?
That means they'll be 6.
They'll be 6.
And then we'll finish if we beat either Montevella or Clayton,
Okay.
we'll be at 7 or 8.
All right.
All we can't do is go 0 for 3 on the weekend.
Right.
That drops us out.
Okay.
And lets Augusta in. We don't want that.
No, we don't.
No.
Well, thank you so much for everything. I wish you guys the best of luck coming up with the PBC championships and everything.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. That's been another edition of Bats Cafe Coach's Corner. Join us next time. Thanks.